What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. That was the 2Fiddy on X-Nova 1804 3500s, 4S850s, and the Emax A-Van Scimitar 3.5 by 2.8 by 3 propellers. Really, really, really impressive. I also crashed the frame a bunch, and it held up really well. So there have been some people that have had arm failures on that frame. I didn't. So I smacked motor 4 on the corner pretty good. There's a chunk taken out there. And motor 2, there's a little chunk taken out there. So I've smacked this thing around a little bit. No big ones. Definitely no really hard hits. But so far so good. Really, really impressed with this setup. The RunCam hybrid footage is fantastic. It's well protected in the cage here. I do need to figure out, I do need to get, I want to try to get the ducts out of view. I also think my up tilt is a little bit too low. I tried to just force, I tried to just push really hard on the camera and increase the up tilt, but I think I might have had these screws a little too tight here. So let me just really quickly loosen these. Okay, all 4 loose. So this is the adjustable camera cage that Tommy made for me. Let me see if there's any more adjustment in it. Little bit. Definitely a little bit. Okay, so I was leaving some up tilt on the table. So I was going to switch over. Tommy made me 2 prototype camera cages for this. One of them that's adjustable, that's on here now, and this one that's fixed. Now that I've added a little bit of up tilt, I want to fly this one again. Maybe maybe that'll pull the carbon out of view. Let me put the next battery. That was the second battery that I flew. Let me put the next battery that I flew up here. What is going on? Why did the frame rate just absolutely fail? So this is the following battery that I flew. Maybe the computer will decide to not be a jerk and play it properly. Yeah, so I'm gonna fly another couple of batteries with this extra up tilt that I just discovered here before switching off of the adjustable front camera cage. And then I'll put the fixed front camera cage in and check that one out, and then I can report back to Tommy and tell him which one works better, and then hopefully he can make some more of these things for you guys. I know a few of you guys are waiting on these RunCam hybrid camera cages, so I'm trying to get Tommy feedback as quickly as I can here. So yeah, that'll be pretty rad. And okay, all 4 screws are screwed down. So this is the maximum amount of up tilt that I can get from the adjustable front camera cage for the 250. So this rig is now good to go, ready to be flown some more. A bunch of the batteries need to be charged. Let me actually, you know what, I want to try to get out and fly directly from here. You guys have something you can watch there, so let me really quickly get a couple of these batteries on the charger. And, oh wait, no, actually, hold on. Before that, let's pause this. This is my full-time job nowadays. If you'd like to support me so that I can keep doing this and keep giving you guys good content and feedback and all that nonsense, head on over to CiottiFPV.com. There's a million ways that you can support me there. The one that helps me out the most is the Patreon page. It's only going to cost you $3 a month, which is 10 cents a day. I stream almost every day. So if these 2-hour-plus live streams aren't worth 10 cents, I don't know what is. So yeah, jump on over. Lots of benefits to the Patreon channel. email notifications when I live stream, Facebook notifications, and Discord notifications. You're going to get audio versions of all these live streams so that you can just listen to them as podcasts to really get all the info out of them. There's a bunch of tech articles up there, all kinds of really good stuff going on. I need everybody's help over on the Patreon page to keep going. That's the closest thing that I've got to a paycheck. It's the thing that really justifies doing these, doing 10 to 14 hours of live streaming a week every week. So yeah, hop on over to the Patreon page, give me a couple of bucks, and I'll keep doing this for you. YouTube and Instagram, of course, here. Over on Etsy, I've got some really fun stickers and hardware. Fiverr, I'm doing some fun things. Teespring, I've got some t-shirts. FPV Exchange is an amazing website by an amazing person that you should be using. Here's what the Etsy page looks like. A bunch of really fun stickers so you can show your love to the collective, to Clam Man, and to your boy, CiottiFPV, and to the Nut Grabber. And then a bunch of random hardware. These little micro USB covers are particularly cool if you fly props out and you're sick of getting grass thrown into your USB port. These guys are a lifesaver. We've got some things going on here on Fiverr. I will work with you if you like the way that I was flying on the intro there. I can help you fly like that. I spent almost 10 years as a motorsport instructor in the world of autocross and track days. I've transitioned that over into FPV, so I can help you fly a little bit better, get you set up with some drills to lock some things in, and we can talk about different flight styles and how to develop quickly and effectively, and yeah, get good, son. I can give you some tuning advice, some tuning walkthroughs as well. I don't just tune your rig for you. I discuss what I'm doing. I give you a path. If the tune that we set up is not aggressive enough, I'll give you a path to make that more aggressive. Explain a couple of simple things within tuning so that you can be more comfortable with it. I don't just want people coming back over and over and over again every time they change something to need a retune. I want to try to teach you and instruct you on how to do it moving forward. I'll get your tune into a really good place, and then I'll put you into a path where you can change it if you go to more powerful motors, less powerful motors, heavier battery, stuff like that. And then I'm also doing build planning here. If you're sick of wasting money buying garbage parts, let me help you. Let me help you stop wasting money and time. The money that you would waste on buying garbage parts, you can give to me, a creative, so that I can keep creating cool shit. And then you won't have to waste your time blowing up parts, losing rigs, and then rebuilding them. The build planning is something that I would pay $1,000 for when I was brand new, because I wasted thousands of dollars on garbage gear. And I have a feeling that you may have too. So stop doing that. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. Let me help you out. I'll give you the right parts, and away we go. I'm also teamed up with a couple of fantastic folks here. FinnFPV is doing editing. He's working on actually my flight footage from Flow State right now. So if you want to look like a better pilot than you are, FinnFPV can certainly help. And then Remy Tim, our very own Daniel Maurer, is doing FPV mentorship to get you started, to get you up in the air. If you have technical questions, Daniel can help you out a ton. So link up with these guys, and they will hook you up. Here's FPV Exchange. FPV Exchange pulls from all the different, I almost said airsoft, pulls from all the different FPV websites and puts everything into one spot so that you can price shop, so you can see what's in stock, where it's in stock, and you can sell your own stuff. These stick ends, these t-shirts, these are things that I'm specifically selling on FPV Exchange. You flip a switch on the program and your stuff is for sale, and it's for sale on the same page as RDQ, Newbie Drone, Get FPV, all the big resellers. So get on over to our, FPV Exchange. The guy that built FPV Exchange, Nevin Zanakis, he's a huge supporter of the FPV community. Give back to the people that give to the community, or else I'll attack you with fire. I've got a bunch of affiliate links here on CiottiFPV.com. These are free money. If you or anybody you know is doing an order from any one of these websites, I'm going to sneeze in a second. If you have the It was almost exactly 1 second. Look at that. All you've got to have them do is hit one of these links before they check out, and I will get 1 to 6% of the total shopping cart. Doesn't matter what they're ordering, doesn't matter if they're using a coupon code or getting free shipping, it's all the same. Affiliate links are free money for your favorite creators. It's a big deal. Please replace, if you use bookmarks, replace your bookmarks with these links. And that way you don't have to think about it. FPV Cycle, Amazon for anything, motor oil. Let me get 1% of that motor oil, bro. Get FPV, oh my god, FPV Crate, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. Here's a link to my PayPal if you just want to send me money instead of doing a super chat. Facebook page. FPV Therapy is a Facebook group where a bunch of us that suffer with mental health issues are hanging out, trying to get better, trying to just get through the day each and every day. Come on over. 1 in 5, 1 in 10, 1 in 2. I've heard all different stats. People struggle with mental illness. If you don't, congratulations, you hit the jackpot. But a lot of people around you do. So come on over, read some of our stories, learn a little bit about it, and you'll be a really nice ally to those people. And you'll understand when those people kind of ghost you, and you'll know that it's not you, it's them, which feels good, right? To have a friend just kind of disappear on you doesn't feel real good. If you've learned a bunch about mental health and you've been able to identify that they struggle with it, when that happens, you'll know that it's not you and it's them, and that they're just kind of struggling. You can either not reach out to them and just give them space, that's great, or at that point you can shoot them a message and say, hey, I have a feeling you're going through it, I'm here for you, whatever you need, I get it. I cannot possibly explain to you how good that feels when somebody that doesn't have it sends you a message like that. It's a really, really big deal, and a lot of people struggle with it. So come on over and learn something. We're in it for life, so you might as well. Here's a link to the Discord page where you'll get some access. You get full access as a Patreon for $3 whole a month. And then here's some BattleBots info that you'll probably get a laugh out of. Let me put the rest of this flight footage on, and I will kind of talk over it. Again, this is the 2Fiddy on Xnova 1804s with 3.5-inch Avan Scimitar 2.8 pitch tri-blades. Really, really kind of amazing combination here. The 3.5-inch prop thing is pretty legit. So here's one of the hits that this thing took. I don't necessarily know if the 3.5-inch props are necessary for the payload of a RunCam hybrid, but I mean, as you can see, it does fly really, really good. To be honest with you guys, I think for the RunCam hybrid, which to me at the moment is the best HD solution for micros, I think 3-inch is a better solution. Basically, the RunCam hybrid weighs 13 grams. A regular FPV camera weighs about 3 or 4 grams. So realistically, the RunCam hybrid is about a 10-gram payload. It's a little more than that because you've got to run taller standoffs for it. So let's say like 12 or 13-gram payload. At that weight, a 3-inch propeller with the right motor, a 1405 and a half, a 1505, a 1306, it moves the rig around just fine, and 3-inch is going to be a little bit lighter. You can get, like, for example, the Ripsqueak frame. The Ripsqueak frame fully built out is about 210 grams. That's the right weight for a 3-inch prop, and it flies really, really well. Basically, that's going to be the lightest, the quietest possible setup for moving around a RunCam hybrid, right? And that's what we're looking for with micros, isn't it? Like, we're looking to get HD, like the dream, right, is to get HD footage as lightweight, as safe, as quiet as possible so that we can fly it absolutely anywhere. This rig here is pretty quiet, but it still makes more power than 3-inch, and it's more heavy than a comparable 3-inch setup. So it's going to be a little bit louder. It's going to be a little bit more dangerous, right? I think where 3.5 inch is really going to shine is the Insta360 Go 2. That's a 26 gram payload. The problem is you can't get the Insta. So the RunCam Hybrid is fully protected. The camera is inside of a carbon fiber camera cage. The 20x20 board is mounted safely inside the rig itself. So the RunCam Hybrid is totally protected and very durable when you build it. Very durable, period. An Insta360 Go 2, you're going to mount just like a GoPro up on top of the rig in the front, and it's going to get the absolute hell beaten out of it. At the moment, you can't get physical damage protection on the Insta360 Go 2. So you can get it from Insta360, but a couple of the guys in the chat have 1 and 2 and even 3 cameras in with Insta360 Go for repair, and they're not hearing back from them. So realistically, there is no physical damage protection at the moment on the Insta360 Go 2 because their customer service has kind of fallen on its face. There might be soon. Let's actually check it. So the Insta360 Go just recently popped up here on Best Buy's website, but it said sold out. It's had sold out the entire time, and looks like it's still sold out. I think they added it to the website before they got any stock of it. So I've been checking this every day, but they do have the Geek Squad protection for $32, $33 for 2 years. I just noticed that this says accidental. I didn't think that they had multiple protect your camera from drops. Okay, so that's, yeah, so this is the standard Geek Squad protection that we all love from GoPros. So yeah, as soon as this thing comes in stock on Best Buy, I'm gonna be getting one. I did one of these things here for the Insta360 Go a while ago, Insta360 Go 2 a while ago, but without physical damage protection, it's just stupid for me to get one. Like, it's gonna last 2 batteries and I'm gonna destroy it, and I can't afford a $300, I can't afford a $300 battery. Like, the Hero 7s were breaking on me the very first battery. I have a feeling that this is gonna be the same. I can't fly a $300 battery, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. So I have to wait. I just have to. Hey, shirt of the day from Blipshift. Come on now. Can't tell me you don't love that if you're into cars. Blipshift is, if you're into cars, it's a good spot to spend a lot of money. But you'll have great t-shirts in return. In the chat, Gary Higgins was first, Rick Can FPV was next, Banshee Frenzy, Michael Blades, Patio Patterson, Gary Higgins again, T-Bird FPV, June Loco, CGK FPV, what's up CGK? Remy Tim is in the house, always hath been, Michael Blades again, June Loco, Gamer Guy, P. Richards, Scott is here, repeats. It's Darts, Huff19, Remy Tim again, Gel Captain, I forget the proper way to pronounce his name. It might be somebody else that I'm thinking of. Patio Patterson, Scott RC Roscoe Gillen, Ricardo Ferreria, Ricardo is here. Marcel Off Axis is in the house. June Loco, Vern Kelk, Rob Timko, Genix is here, and Whack FPV. Oh, Pedro Tomei as well. Genix, your messages got buried in my Instagram, and I couldn't find you, and I couldn't think of. I remembered the XX, but I couldn't think of Jen, so I couldn't find you. Instagram's Messenger is absolutely abysmal. The fact that when you get tagged in stories, or when you tag someone in stories, it puts that to the top of your messages, is the dumbest thing ever. So, for the record, those of you that message with me on Instagram, if I just disappear, I only take some of the blame. It's just Instagram pushing your message so far down that I can't get to it. I'm also talking to a lot of music producers and film director producers right now. So yeah, if I haven't gotten back to you guys specifically on Instagram, that's what it is. It's just, you're just getting pushed so far down that it's kind of off my radar. I apologize. I'm doing the best that I can, but it's a super chaotic time right now. So forgive me, trying my best, only so much I can do. But I'll never forget.
諦めんなよ。諦めんなお前。どうしてそこでやめるんだそこで。もう少し頑張ってみろよ。ダメ目諦めたら。周りのこと思えよ。応援してる人たちのこと思ってみろって。あともうちょっとのところなんだから。俺だってこのマイナス10度のところ、しじみが取れるって頑張ってんだよ。絶対やってみろ。必ず目標達成できる。だからこそ。
In the chat, if you'd like to talk directly to me, all you've got to do is type my name like some of these people have. You don't have to put an @ in front of it, but you certainly can. You do have to spell it correctly, and you can't put a space in between Ciotti or FPV. You can also do a super chat, which will also support me and allow me to keep on doing this. In the chat, Gary Higgins says, what's up? Rick Can FPV says, saving the day. Banshee Frenzy says, hey. Michael Blade says, hey there. T-Bird says, what's up? Remy Tim says, hell yeah. Hey, CiottiFPV. Hey, Collective. Michael Blade says, smashed a GoPro 8 this morning in Best Buy. Even with the extra warranty, I have to wait for a replacement. Yeah, I've heard about that. Sometimes you have to wait for Best Buy to mail them out. Very annoying. Gary Higgins says, how's it going? Just seeing if you heard from anyone who's tried Tracer. Just curious. Yeah, I mean, lots of people, Gary. Lots and lots and lots of people on Tracer. That's for certain. Gel Captain says, which props were better, Emax or Gem fans? The Emax are drastically higher pitch. They're almost 50% higher pitch, 28 versus the Gem fan, which is 20. So with such a difference in pitch, it's hard to say which one is better because they fly so differently. The Emaxes make much more thrust. They both seem to crash really well. They're both really well balanced, and they both feel great. If you want less power, the Gem fans. If you want more power, the Emaxes. Scott RC. Also, in terms of propellers, it's incredibly difficult to tell a difference when they're close together in pitch. Realistically, the only thing that you're going to be able to tell a difference is when there's a weight difference between them, or if one of them is bad. Like if there's a propeller, like there have been a bunch of HQ propellers in the past that have been straight up not balanced, and then you can definitely tell. Like, but nowadays most propellers are well balanced. Not all. HQ has continued to put out here and there propellers that are unbalanced, which is insane. But yeah, if propellers are balanced and if they're roughly the same pitch, it's really splitting hairs. You almost may as well pitch the one or pick the one that's in the color that you like and just go with that, because Gem Fan makes fantastic props. HQ makes great props as well. Azure makes great props. Dow makes great props. So you kind of can't go wrong. Like we're at this point where the differences between most of our components are very, very subtle. So just pick one and fly it, and it's going to be like 99% as good as any other one. The big things that you want to look at are the pitch, how many blades, 2 versus 3 versus 4, and of course the size. Other than that, make sure that, you know, there's not a bunch of people saying like, hey, this prop's unbalanced, or this prop's bad or weak or whatever. And the weight of the propeller is also pretty important. Speaking of, I want to weigh the two different 3.5-inch props. Here, hold on. I haven't done this yet, and I was thinking about it the other day. Where the hell's my scale? Here it is. Yeah. All right, let's weigh these two propellers. I couldn't tell any difference in PID loop performance, which is usually where you can tell the difference in weight between two propellers. So my hunch is that these are very, very close together, not ounces, grams. But let's confirm or deny that. And we might as well weigh the 4-inch props while we're at it. Oh, these are those 4.9s. Where are the gem fans? Here they are. So the Emax Avan Scimitar 3.5 by 2.8 is 1.8 grams. And then the gem fan 3520 is 1.8 grams. So they're both 1.8 grams, not surprising at all. The PID loop felt completely identical on the two of them. Didn't need to change anything in the tune. The tune was just as good on one as it was on the other. So yeah, again, not surprising, but really good to know. Put this guy away here. And then so that's what, 1.8? Somebody type 1.8 into the chat for me. So the 3.5-inch props are 1.8 grams. The 4-inch props are going to be heavier. There is definitely a difference when you go up to a 4-inch prop, that the rig becomes, well, here, I'll play you guys the battery on 4-inch props while I'm doing this, and I'll just sort of talk over it. So this is now, I think, let me let it run for a second to get my audio. Hold on. Hold on. Says a little bit less good by the moment. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Stop laughing. Oh, boy. I'm pretty sure these are the 4-inch props. I'll be able to tell you in a second when I start flying it around. Yeah, these are the 4-inch props. So you're going to notice that it's a little bit more floaty. It's a little bit too floaty with the 4-inch props on it, in my opinion. I was flying it on these Gemfan. Yeah, this is the 4-inch props. I was flying it on these Gemfan 4023s, so that's what you're watching right now. These guys are going to be a little bit heavier for sure. Not much heavier, 2 grams, 2.0 grams for these 4023s. The big thing about them, though, is that they're just too big. Like, see how much float that is? It's like a toothpick. It doesn't come down out of the sky. The other 4-inch prop options we might as well weigh. There are Avan Scimitar 4 by 2.4 4 by 2.4 Avan Scimitars. Let's see how heavy these are. I don't even know if you can still get these, but Jesus, these are 3 grams. My God. Okay, so the Avan Scimitar 4 by 2.4 is a lot heavier. Emax also has an Avan Scimitar 4 by 2.8, not 4 boy 2.8. And these are going to be even heavier yet, I'll bet. Yep, 3.5 grams for these big boys, but man, these will make some serious thrust. They'll still be too floaty though, but if for some reason you wanted to make a whole bunch of thrust on a 4-inch frame, you could use them. There's also these HQ 4x4.3 V1Ss. These are like an old school 4-inch prop that have been around forever. These guys are 2.3 grams. I've never actually flown these, and I really don't plan on it. They're too pitchy, and they have the potential to be unbalanced. HQ also makes a 4x2 that's T-mount only. This prop is 2.2 grams. Nice and light, just like the Gemfan. I would take the Gemfan over this HQ prop for sure. And then the last one is a Gemfan bi-blade, which is obviously going to be a lot lighter weight. And that is going to be 1 point something. 1.5 grams for the Gemfan 4024 bi-blade. Sorry, 1.6 grams. 1.6 grams. So there you go. There are all of the, to my knowledge, there are all of the prop options for 4-inch frames. In terms of what a 4-inch frame should weigh to give you the 5-inch freestyle flight experience, I don't know for sure. I haven't totally figured this out yet, but my a very educated guess is going to be 350-ish grams, somewhere in there, 350, 360. This particular rig that I was flying, I don't know where I put it, was at 280 or so, and with the 4-inch props, it was just too floaty. I'll show you where I really, that last crash is where I realized it. I came down under here, and I had this moment where I gave it a little bit of a throttle blip right here, and it just wouldn't drop down. It just, the propellers are too big for the weight of the rig. When you want it to go up and then drop back down, it doesn't. It goes up and it kind of floats. That's what happens with toothpicks. When I fly toothpicks, I find myself running into the bottom of stuff because it's not dropping quick enough. The prop disc area is too big for the weight of the rig, and that makes it not want to come down. It doesn't matter if you're upside down, right side up, nose down, nose up, sideways. The area, the surface area of the propellers is a big parachute. And if that parachute is too big, it's a very different flight dynamic when you jump off the throttle. It's very easy to dial in your amount of horsepower to control how quickly you go upwards, but then how quickly you come down, and then same thing with sideways, right? How quickly you can go forward, backward, left, right, and up is all designated by the horsepower, and that's easy. You can motor limit up and down, you can go to bigger motors, small motors, but the speed that you come down is entirely dependent upon the all-up weight of the rig and the size of the prop area. And if we look at like 5-inch freestyle rigs, they range from 600 grams to 800 grams. It's a pretty wide range. I fly rigs that are about 600 grams. I actually spent a little bit of time, I've been kind of thinking about this lately, right? Everybody went from 5-inch to 5.1 inch, and now we're going up, it seems, to 5.2 inch. I fly one of the reasons for that is that the 5-inch freestyle rigs keep getting heavier and heavier and heavier, right? The Hero 8 is heavier than the Hero 7. The Hero 9 is heavier than the Hero 8. People are going to bigger motors, bigger batteries. So for those guys that are 650, 700, 750 grams, a 5.2 inch prop is a really good idea. But for me, at 605 grams, I don't really want any extra propeller. And I actually played around a little bit yesterday with 4.9s to kind of give myself, what I wanted to do is I wanted a back-to-back 4.9s with 5.2s to see if I could really tell that. I'm sure that I'll be able to, but to really lock in the difference in float, I didn't have quite enough 5-inch batteries on me to do that. But I just spent some time on these T-Motor 4943s, and they were really good. With a 4.9-inch prop, though, you have to crank up your RPM. Luckily, my rigs are on T-Motor F40 Pro 4s, which are 1950 kV on 6S, so I was able to just turn that up to 100%. Usually I run it at like 85% motor limiting. I was able to crank that all the way up to 100% motor limiting, and then I had plenty of power on these smaller propellers. I can't say that I noticed less hang time because I flew 4 batteries on a 280 gram 3.5-inch rig. prior to flying the Glide. But what I can say is that these flew totally fine. Like, I didn't feel, I wasn't getting caught out by stuff. It was just sort of like a normal day of flying. And that's a really good thing. That means that it's a subtle difference. I mean, there has to be a difference. There has to be a difference. Whether or not I'm gonna feel that difference, I don't know. That remains to be seen. But there's definitely a difference by changing the diameter of the propellers. I don't think it's as big of a difference as people seem to say it is. Everybody seems to be able to detect every little molecular difference that they've made by spending a bunch of money. I think it's just that when you spend money on something, your brain is like, yeah, I'm going to tell a difference because otherwise I wasted that money. But hey, that's just me. Maybe I'm just not that great of a pilot. And you know, I'm not good enough to be able to tell the difference between these things. But let me give you a little bit of the 5-inch footage so that you can see what a 4.9-inch prop is. I don't know, maybe you guys watch more of my flying than I do, so maybe you'll be able to tell a difference. I mean, well, so that's come to think about it, I haven't even watched this yet, so maybe I'll be able to see a difference through the goggles and like flight feel wise. I certainly couldn't feel a difference, but that means absolutely fuck all, to be honest with you. Because when you're in the goggles, you're just kind of trying to not get your shit stuck on a roof. I gotta get some batteries on charge. Let me fire up some of this footage. The audio won't be horrible. I'm gonna give you guys full beans audio, and I'm gonna plug a couple of batteries in because I'm gonna try to go fly after this live stream here. I haven't flown for fun in a while. And yesterday was pretty awesome. So let me give you guys a little something here. And I'll be right back. What's this? I didn't fly this many back. What the hell is this from? Oh, this is when that motor shit the bed, or that ESC shit the bed. Okay, so that can go away. What's this? Here we go. Okay, that was weird. And here's the first 5-inch. So this was the first time I'd flown these 4.9s. Come on. Come on, past me. Come on, past me. You got this. Take off. Take off, past me. Fly the quad past me. There we go. Be right back. I'll throw some batteries on. Hang on.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So angry.
I was gonna reach down and
39.
There you go. I guess I blew up the microphone in that session. That sucks. That's what that's what it sounds like when a session microphone starts to die or has been killed. So I don't know. Do you guys see any appreciable difference in that flight footage in terms of hang time, like in terms of drop speed versus what you're used to seeing from me? I didn't get a chance to watch any of that. Hey, by the way, at the end of, what's today, Sunday? At the end of Friday's live stream, after I went offline, Northern Tier FPV did a $10 super chat. He said, dude, have a beer on me. Huge shout out to Northern Tier FPV for the generosity. Very, very cool of you, man. I hope you're watching this. I felt bad. I typed into the chat as quick as I could. Thanks so much, dude. But I suspected he was already gone. So yeah, shout out to Northern Tier FPV for being a supporter of his boy, gangly man with, I don't know. In the chat, let's get caught up a little bit more here, because this is a Q&A live stream as well. Scott RC Roscoe Gillen says, what's up? Ricardo Ferreira says, greetings from Lisbon. Ooh, it's probably beautiful there. YouTube just did the thing, scrolling back up to try to find my goddamn place. Any minute now. There we go. Vern Kelk says, mental health is a real thing. FPV is a cure, or at least a release. Definitely not a cure. Definitely a release. That's for sure. Anything that requires 100% concentration tends to be able to cut through anxiety, depression, PTSD, trauma, all that good stuff. And yeah, FPV is very, very difficult thing that requires full concentration, so it'll definitely give you a little bit of time away from the dogs barking in your head. But it ain't a cure unless you can fly all day, every day. Rob Timko says, thanks for the build help, ordered everything, and it should be here by Wednesday. Stoked on my Ripsqueak build, very cool. The tiniest of Timkos, and Rob Timko in the house. Rob's been hiring me over on Fiverr for my build planning services. So for, $40 or $80, he's not going to buy the wrong parts. He's not going to waste $80 on an ESC that's going to blow up right away. And I'm going to take his $80 and eat food with it and continue to do these live streams. So follow Rob's lead and support your creators. Genix says, what's up? Gel Captain says, I'll keep repeating. Pronounce my name as Jella. There it is. It is. I remember, at least I remembered who it was. YouTube just did the thing again. Gamer Guy says, hi, it's Mark. Want me to send you my video from yesterday? I am not sure which... I apologize, Mark. I talk to 40, 50 people a day. I don't know what video it is from yesterday, but if you send me something, I'll look at it as soon as I can. Sometimes that'll take me a couple of days, but I'll definitely look at it. And if you've got a question, yeah, just let me know. And I always try my best to get back to everybody. If you guys ever want one-on-one stuff, that's what I do over on Fiverr. We can schedule out a time and spend a half an hour or an hour. If it's tuning related, if it's build planning related, if it's flying related, I can help you out quite a bit. Outside of that, I can at least refer you to the people that can help you out a little bit better. But yeah, let me know. Huff19 says, I find the Avan super durable. Yeah, Avan props, other than the 3-inch, the 3-inch Avan props suck. But all the rest of the Avan props, the 2.5s, it seems like the 3.5s as well, the 2-inch, they're all very, very durable. These GemFan 3520s, the GemFan 3.5-inch props, they're going to be very durable too. I've already crashed them. I have a feeling that they're actually going to be more durable than the Avans, to be completely honest with you guys, so that's good. Remy Tim says, so kind of defeats the purpose of the 250 gram idea. Yeah, kind of, sort of. It's interesting, right? Like the 3.5, there are people that are just hell-bent on building right at 250. And I get it. It's the max weight that is allowed in a lot of places and potentially is going to be allowed. Potentially it's the max weight that's going to be allowed here in the US at some point. I hope not, but you never know. So it makes sense, and it's good to kind of develop a drivetrain and prop around 250. Totally makes sense. And hopefully at some point we'll be able to get Insta360 Go 2s with physical damage protection, and then we'll be really happy about that, because I mean, the cold hard fact is 250 grams, 3.5-inch prop, Insta360 Go 2, for like 99%, I think, of people, that can replace a 5-inch freestyle rig. You're not going to get as much throw, but you're going to get so many other benefits. The RunCam Hybrid, though, at only a 13-gram payload, The only reason to build that on a 250 gram 3.5 inch platform is that you want a little bit more throw. Like no matter what, more weight, not no matter what, but with the appropriate prop size selected to the prop size to all up weight ratio, right? Like we talk about all the time. More weight means more throw, period. It's more momentum, it's more energy that's gonna push more dead air, right? We're flying through dead air, non-moving air. So if you want to carry a run cam hybrid and have the maximum possible weight, now this rig does kind of make sense. Even though I'm a little bit over 250, I mean, that's fine, right? I don't have that regulation that I need to care about here in the US yet. So I agree with you on one hand, Daniel, that it kind of defeats the purpose of 250, but now that I didn't think this literally until I read your comment, there is still a point. There is still a point to 250 grams, even if you're on the run cam hybrid. And that point is, I want more throw. I want more mass. If you really want that, I think you would actually want to stay on a 3-inch prop, right? I'm going to play around with that a little bit. I'm going to play around with batteries on the Ripsqueaks to see what 250 on the nose on a 3-inch prop is like. The Acrobrat is the closest analog that I've got to that, but the Acrobrat was always a little over 250. It was always 260, 270, 280. And I found that it wasn't quite enough propeller. It would drop a little bit too quickly. But maybe right on the money at 250, maybe it'll be, we'll see. It's an easy test to do. I just put a heavier battery on one of these Ripsqueaks and go out and slay. So yeah, but at the moment, what it certainly seems like is if you're going to carry a run cam hybrid around, there's kind of no reason to go beyond a 3-inch prop. And there are plenty of frames out there that are going to allow you to build that setup at like 200, 210, 220 grams. And that feels damn good. It feels really, really good. The reason that this 2Fiddy build is so nice, I think, is because of the X-Nova 1804s. They are just a really magical motor. And these propellers that we've got, so that's the other problem. We don't have a lot of really good 3-inch propellers at the moment. So both of these 3.5-inch propellers that we've got access to now are better than any of the T-mount 3-inch props that we've got. There is a really good 3-inch prop that's M5 nut mount, but then we don't have any really good motors that are M5 mount that are suited for that propeller, other than the 1804s, and they're a bit much. They're a bit too much. The prop that I'm talking about is the T-Motor 3140. That is the best 3-inch prop that we've got, but it's only M5 mount, which is a shame. And it's kind of heavy. It's a big, heavy, beefy, durable prop. I'm okay with that, but it needs to be T-mount, because at 3-inch, the right motors are T-mount only. Toka 1505, Brother Hobby 1504.5, RCX 1306, Emax 1306. So there you go. Take a Flight FPV says, can you make more flight edits, please? You're a good pilot. Unfortunately not, Take a Flight. I just don't have the time. And flight edits don't make any money, unfortunately. Flight edits take the most time, and they make the least, basically zero, money, unfortunately. I do flight edits for me. They are just moments in time that I want to sort of remember forever. So they're 100% for me. They're 100% like me time, for me to kind of keep doing this professionally it's kind of a bad idea for me to do them because I take a huge loss. And then the really cold hard fact is that we are in a very disposable, content is completely disposable right now. So for me to come on here and do live streams, I can make some actual money from these live streams. They've got technical data in them. I'm going to sit here for 2 hours, so a bunch of people are going to jump on. I'm going to get, 500 to 1,000 views, and a live stream is, starting at 1 o'clock, ending at 3 o'clock. It's a 2-hour investment. I get to hang out with you guys. A flight edit is a 10 to 20 to 30 hour investment. I'm all alone the whole time that I'm doing it. And then I put it up and it gets a few hundred views and that's it. I know that you guys love them, but unfortunately, to keep the lights on in here, I just can't do them. FinFPV is helping me out. He is doing some editing for me, so you will get to see a little bit more. But yeah, flight edits are not the way, unfortunately. They're not the way to keep doing this full time. If I wanted to really hit flight edits hard again, I would need to go back and stop doing this full time and get another project management job in corporate America. And then that would take 40 or 50 hours of me away from you guys. Right now you guys get 40 or 50 more hours of me on a given week. And yeah, so I hope that makes sense. I try to say yes to everything, but unfortunately with flight edits, I've tried and 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 I've tried, and it just, it's just impossible. Unfortunately, there just aren't enough hours in the day. Sorry. But I try my best to give you guys my flying at the beginning and at the end of every one of these live streams. So if you want to see my flying, all you got to do is jump onto any of these live streams, watch the first 10 minutes, watch the last 10 minutes, and you'll get a ton of my flying. It doesn't have 20 or 30 hours into it, cutting it up, color grading it, putting it exactly the way that it fits to songs that I find to be amazing. But yeah. Jody Droid says, have you tried tuning dynamic idle? It allows the PIDs to command 0% to slow motors quicker. I have. I use dynamic idle on all of my rigs. I talk about dynamic idle a good amount. I show you guys how to set it up and what to do with it. Dynamic idle has very, very little to do with hang time, believe it or not. You can move, unless you've got it, unless you've got your idle RPM. Your digital idle RPM has a lot more to do with floatiness than dynamic idle, believe it or not. The difference between turning dynamic idle completely off and running it as aggressively as you can is pretty much nothing. So much so that like even the Betaflight devs don't really use it. So yeah, dynamic idle is unfortunately definitely not the answer. The floatiness of a rig is like 99.9% the size of the prop area to the all-up weight of the quad. The only time that you're going to see the digital idle really affect things is when you're right side up, when you're basically in when you're right side up, and when you crank that value way the hell up. The default digital idle value is 5.5%. I lower mine to 5%. That's really as low as you can go before you start to have issues. Even at 4.5, you start to have off throttle wobble issue, throttle chop bobble issues. If you raise your digital idle all the way up to like 6 or 7 or 8%, what you'll notice is that when you're right side up, the rig will definitely float a lot more. I really don't like the way that feels or looks or flies. Oh wow, that broke all the way off. I didn't realize that. So this motor, I gotta switch this motor bell out, and now I know why it broke that devil horn completely off, all the way down to the base there. All right, well, Logitech makes the worst cameras in the fucking world, so it's not going to focus, but hopefully you guys could kind of see what I was showing you. Huff19FPV says, "Preach on, for I am a sinner of paying for unperceived performance." I can help you, and I have. June Loco says, "Do you ever rip your quad outside while sitting in your studio?" I do not. I might have once. I might have tried it once. The problem is, so I can get good signal if I'm like directly out the window, but if I go up too high, there's like the roof line and shit, and the video goes to hell. Or if I go too far left, the same thing happens. So yeah, I've only like kind of played around. I can get out into the jungle gym area and the dog park area, and I can fly like exactly right there, but that's it. I can't go towards the pool. I can't go up above the treetops. I can also hit the little tree area right in front, but that's about it. Oh, YouTube, keep doing the thing. Watch what happens to you. Martin Wynn with a £5 super chat. He can't connect his Radiomaster TX12 to 2 quads, both FR Sky XM receivers. How are things, dude? Things are really good, Martin. That's... If you can't connect, have you ever been able to connect to those 2 quads? Make sure you tag me. Make sure you type CiottiFPV in your reply. If you've never been able to connect to those 2 XM receivers, my hunch is that your Radiomaster is like not FR Sky Access, but your XM receivers are FR Sky Access. I hope that's not the problem. I haven't been in the FR Sky ecosystem in a long time to really know. But that's what I think the issue is. Chat will actually be able to help out more than me here, because there's guys in chat that are still on the FR Sky ecosystem that can jump in and help out here. So, Martin, answer me whether or not you've ever been able to hook up, bind rather, that TX12 to those XM receivers. And then that'll give chat the info that they need to kind of take it from there. Chat, it's on you. Be the collective. Be amazing like you guys always are. I don't really need to tell you that. You'll be amazing. Bob Noxious says, "What's up?" Rob Axelson says, "Good evening, ladies." Whack FPV says, "FPV crate shipped out the 3-inch..." I was trying not to... I was trying not to ruin that surprise, but there it is. It's going to be running on 2004 motors. 2004s are way too big for 3-inch. They're gonna work, but they're gonna work, but you're gonna be dragging around a bunch of extra weight for kind of no reason. You want to drop down to a 1405.5, a 1505, or a 1306 for a 3-inch rig. Gamer Guy says, "I flew with you yesterday." Oh, okay. What was the question? I don't remember what the question was, but Vern Kelk says, "It's not just the flying, dude, it's the building and the community that can cure a total change of living." I'm tempted to agree with you, Vern, but actual mental illness has a power that even FPV can't cure. The cure is meditation, exercise, and talk therapy, and putting in the work, to be really honest. But I know exactly what you're saying, Vern, and you're not wrong, but anybody that actually has, generalized anxiety disorder, full-blown depression, these are typically chemical imbalances in the brain, and you really, there's something that really needs to be taken very, very seriously. the thing that kills most people in the U.S. right now is accidents. Just on the whole, just accidents, crazy shit happening. The thing that kills the second most people is suicide right now. Like, really think about that. Like, we kill ourselves more than everything else. That's how serious mental illness really is. So, yeah, anybody who has people in their lives, and that's all of you that have it, or if you've got it yourself, take it very, very seriously. FPV can certainly help out, but don't sleep on it, all right? It almost took me out last year, and I had all the FPV that I could possibly surround myself with, right? I had all of you guys. I had everything. And it don't give a fuck. So take it really, really seriously. Because unfortunately it ain't going away. And it can get a lot worse if you don't do something about it. So make sure you do something about it. Don't... and do something real about it. Don't just read a bunch of memes and go, oh, I'll be fine. Find a local talk therapist. If you've got health insurance, you can probably find a talk therapist for your copay. $5, $10, $20 a session. So worth it. So worth it. Start doing some exercise, right? Get some actual, like, your body can produce serotonin, but you have to allow it to. Get your ass out of the house. Just do something. Do anything. For me, the window was yoga. Yoga was the thing that started me moving my body around. And I've met some amazing people in that community and some beautiful ladies. Guys, go do yoga. Lots of cute chicks do yoga. It's a win-win. You get in shape, you meet gorgeous women. Why wouldn't you? Look up Healthy Gamer GG on YouTube. Dr. K has straight up changed my life this year. Straight fucking up. It's free. Healthy Gamer GG is free here on YouTube. And it will educate you. It will add so much to your life. I swear to God it will. Do something. Now. Do something right now. Go subscribe to his channel right now. That's the other thing. You have to do shit now. You can't make plans to do shit with this. You have to do it right now. Leave this stream and go subscribe to Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG. Make an appointment for a talk. Open up a tab and do a Google search for therapists in your town. Do something right now, and then leave that tab opened. Or wait for that subscription to come through. But that's the key. I mean, that's been the key for me, is doing something right now. Right now, I need to do something, anything. And then tomorrow at 4:02, I'll do something. I'll do something right now, and I'll go outside and meditate for 20 minutes. Just do something and do it now. That's the best advice I can give you guys, to be honest. Mr. Huggy says, talking of Ripsqueak, there's a V2 now. There certainly is. You guys are going to get to see it very soon on this channel. Ram Donko says, I just bought a couple of Ripsqueaks, one by 2.5 and one 2.5 inch and one 3 inch. Very cool, Ram. I'm looking forward to getting Ripsqueak number 3 built and playing around with 2.5 inch on that. I'm cautiously optimistic. Remy Tim says, I more so just meant, why not use an actual durable frame if you're not trying to cut weight down below 250? At that point, any old 4-inch frame will do the job. So I actually prefer the frame to be a little bit less durable. So, like, let's talk about the. I think I know what you're getting at, Dan. So let's talk about, like, the Ripsqueak frame. I'm gonna sneeze. The Ripsqueak 3-inch frame versus the Impulse RC Micro Apex, Mini Apex, whatever the hell it's called. The Micro Apex frame is 50 to 20 grams heavier because it's a lot more durable. In my opinion, it's too durable. The arms are 4 millimeters thick, and that's too thick. that's going to be an arm that never breaks. So when you get into crashes, the motor is going to take all of the abuse, and the majority of our micro motors have 2mm motor shafts, which are too weak. So what ends up happening is you break motor after motor after motor after motor, and so you're having to solder on $10 to $20 motors every single time you take a hit on the corner. Versus with the Ripsqueak frame, for example, although the Ripsqueak arms might be, I kind of feel like I wish they were a little bit less durable, but they're definitely less durable than the Apex Mini arms. The Ripsqueak arms have a much better chance of breaking. Those arms are going to cost you about like $2 or $3 or $4 to repair, and you can repair them with just a couple of screws versus having to solder another motor on. So yeah, it gets we get into this this balancing act that we do of durability versus all up weight versus, I don't know. This is sort of the meta that I find myself in a lot with a build. Like once I get a build that I like and I start flying it a lot, I try to refine the build and figure out what frame has arms that are exactly the right strength, that they'll break when I want them to, but they won't break too often. Most micro frames that come out break too often. The micro frame designers don't really seem to fly. If they do fly, they don't really seem to crash. If they do crash, they don't seem to understand how important this is. So most of the micro frames that come out have like glaring areas that are weak, where they're gonna break too easily. All Armatan frames, but the Armatan micro frames are a very good example of that. And then lately we've had a couple. I mean, the Japalura is an example of this from a long time ago. The Apex Mini is the best example of this. We've got these frames that are the other side of that, where they're the arms in specific are too beefy, and shit rolls downhill, and so the motors become the weak point. Maybe at some point here, the micro motor manufacturers will get their heads out their asses and start putting 3mm motor shafts into our micro motors. Then we can go through this whole fucking thing all over again, because I don't know. Maybe at that point it's still... I have a feeling that would fix a lot of the issues, and that Apex Mini frame might become the one to have. But I don't know. We got to do the testing all over again, if that ever happens. I know of one motor that's coming that I'm really excited about where that is going to happen. So we'll be able to start to figure it out there. I'm very tempted to... Oh, you know what I can do? I can put... Nah, it's still too heavy. I was going to say I can put the T-Motor 3140 props onto the 250, but the 250 frame and build is a little bit too heavy. What I really want to test is exactly at 250 grams. What's the durability look like for a 3mm motor shaft motor? And the 1804s are that. The 1804 is the smallest motor that runs smoothly, that doesn't overheat, that's got the 3mm motor shaft. But I don't have a build that's going to sit right at 250 grams to put those on. I guess, technically speaking, I could put them on a Ripsqueak frame, and then they would probably add enough weight, and then I could run a fat 4S850 that would probably put one of the Ripsqueaks right at 250 grams. But at the moment, I only have one Ripsqueak that's in a working state. I got some work to do there, so maybe this week we'll dive back into Ripsqueak land. Is that what you were getting at, Dan? Or did I miss the point again? Bob Noxious says my 3-inch is coming all up weight of 226 grams. That's about right. You're gonna like that, brother. YouTube just did the thing. Come on, god damn it. There we go. Rob Uxon says, I can't get no satisfaction at CiottiFPV, and I try. Did I accidentally quote that song? Martin Wynn says, never been able to connect. So yeah, I think that's your issue, Martin, but maybe somebody in the chat will have a better idea. Martin also says, would I be better to just go Crossfire or something? Kinda, yeah. I mean, you're probably gonna go Crossfire eventually, so you might maybe just do it now. You can, maybe somebody on the chat will be able to help you out, but you might be able to screw around with flashing different firmware onto those FR Sky XM receivers to get them to connect. That process is one of the reasons that I left FR Sky, because it sucks. There's a whole bunch of different versions of the firmware. To my knowledge, there's no way to tell which one is going to work. So you just have to flash each one individually and then see if it'll bind. In order to flash the firmware, you have to solder to the XM, which is a total pain in the ass. Like, the whole process is just like jamming a knife into your eye. So yeah, I don't know. If you're extra stubborn and you have a lot of time, you can probably get it working. But if you're gonna stay in the hobby, you're probably gonna end up on Crossfire, or Ghost, or Tracer at some point. I'm pretty diehard Crossfire, or maybe ELRS. Crossfire is a known quantity. It works really, really well. Tracer, ELRS, Ghost, these are brand new. You're kind of jumping on the hype train. Lots of people talking about fail-safes, lots of rigs getting lost out there in the middle of nowhere. I'm not willing to do that. I'm on Crossfire until one of these other systems like is very, very locked in, not fail-safing at all, and has a real advantage, a legitimate advantage, not a 1 millisecond of latency reduction, not a theoretical range increase. I don't know. Crossfire is on 900 megahertz. In theory, that should travel farther than any of these 2.4 links. I'm totally happy with Crossfire. It's, yeah. Bob Noxious says, on suicide, my wife's only brother took his life 3 years ago. It is hard for sure. Yeah, it's a real thing, boys and girls. If you've ever had suicidal thoughts, suicidal ideations, take that shit seriously. It was not a one-time thing. It'll come back eventually. And if it comes back at just the wrong time, it could be permanent, unfortunately. Gamer Guy says, the question was if you wanted me to send you my video. You certainly can, Gamer Guy. Absolutely. You can send the video for sure. I'll check it out, man. Absolutely. It was great to meet you yesterday. Journey Droid says, that's all I need. More attractive women in my life. I'll never get to fly. Yeah, you got to mix it up, Journey Droid. You gotta go to yoga, stare at the cute ladies, and then bring your gear with you. And then on your way home from yoga, you fly. Got to mix it up. Got to have balance in life. Very, very important. The other thing, I mean, much, to be completely honest with you guys, much more so than women that do yoga being very attractive. They're very, very cool people. The yoga community is filled with really, really cool human beings. People that, many of which struggle with mental illness. Actually, I'm actually not surprised. Initially, I was kind of surprised by how many people in that community struggled with mental illness. Now I'm not surprised at all, because it does a really good job. Yoga kind of kills two birds with one stone in some ways. It gets you the exercise, actually kind of 3. It gets you the exercise that you need to release the serotonin, so you don't have to rely on pills that have nasty side effects to do it. It gets you into a really cool community of people that are going through some of the same shit. And it also gives you time to, and gives you a little bit of a meditation experience. At the end of any yoga class, you're going to do something called Shavasana, and it's basically meditation. And you typically don't do it for 20 minutes, which is the right amount of time to try to meditate for every day. But usually you'll get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 minutes of that, and you can start to kind of understand what it does for you. And doing it for a little bit is way better than doing it not at all. If you meditate for 5 minutes a day, that's going to have a huge impact on your life. I know 5 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but you don't spend any time right now relaxing and practicing letting go of thoughts. So to do a little bit is going to make a big difference, right? If you didn't fly at all, if you started in FPV and you didn't fly, how good of a pilot would you be right now? If you flew for 5 minutes a day, every day, how good of a pilot would you be right now? Right? Duh, but I mean, seriously, 5 minutes. And then when you start to enjoy it, you want to do it for 10 minutes. And then you want to do it for 20 minutes. You just got to do it. And you got to do it right now. Because if you wait until later, you won't do it. Because you'll get busy. 661FPV says, I'm guessing you're not putting an AIO on a Ripsqueak V2. Absolutely not. There's a chance that I'll put an AIO into the 250 build. Because that'll allow me to put the arms inside the frame so that the front arms become removable. I am considering leaving the previous plan was that once I broke one of the front arms on the 250 to pull the rig apart, because you can't hot swap the arms with a 20x20 stack on there because you have to run the arms outside the body. I'm so kind of smitten with the way the damn thing flies, and I have a couple of AIOs that I haven't used from a while ago, so I'm kind of thinking like, well, fuck it. When I pull the 20-20 stack, when I break one of the front arms, I will be pulling the 20x20 stack out of it. That's for sure. At that point, maybe I'll swap in an AIO. Maybe I just pull the ESC and flight controller out. Maybe I leave the motors on it. And then I just drop an AIO in there, put the arms inside the body so that the arms do become replaceable, easily replaceable. And maybe that can become my AIO test bed. Although that's the thing, I'm not going to waste my money on AIOs. So it's only going to be an AIO test bed if these manufacturers decide to send me AIOs for free. Which is probably not going to happen because I talk shit on everything. But I don't know. We'll see. But I am really happy with that frame. I'm kind of blown away by the frame. YouTube did the thing yet again. Scrolling back up, and Journey Druid says AOS 3.5 thoughts. Also, did you see the Russian in a Miata slip under the semi? I did not, and I don't want to see that, to be honest. AOS 3.5 thoughts. I've actually been talking to Chris about the potential for taller standoffs to clear the run cam hybrid. And I haven't heard back from him yet. But yeah, I have some messages into Chris if there's any possibility for the AOS 3.5 to at some point here work with a run cam hybrid. We'll see. If it can be made to work with that gigantic run cam hybrid camera, I feel like the AOS 3.5 would become the frame to have for a 3.5-inch build. Kind of depends on the all-up weight for you sub 250 people, because with a big... So in order to get that frame under 250, you've got to run a smaller motor. You've got to run like a 1404, I believe it was, and you've got to run an AIO. So, and for me, both of those things are deal breakers. Luckily, I'm in cheeseburger land where I don't really have to care about 250. So for me, an AOS 3.5 build is going to be like 260, 270, 280 grams, which, in my opinion, is actually the right weight. At 250 grams, I'm kind of, from the flight footage that you guys just saw, and just the feel of the rig yesterday, I think 3.5 is actually a little too big. I think that's a little too floaty in terms of muscle memory and in terms of having micros that deliver the most similar flight, like we always talk about. So, yeah, I don't actually know. Although, I mean, at that point, there's no reason that you can't just run 3-inch props on the AOS 3.5 frame, right? So, yeah, a couple different options. Remy Tim says you hit the nail right on the head as always. Thanks, Dan. Isaac M says 2.4 ELRS for the win. Isaac says it's about price for me. Isaac, were you dealing with the FR Sky problem? 661 says, I've heard a lot of firmware problems lately with everything TBS makes. That's annoying. But that's surrounding Tracer, and I have no interest in that. So Crossfire is still totally bulletproof, totally fine. 661 says, Bill hinted at 4-inch and 5-inch arms for the Ripsqueak. I've actually got a set of prototype 4-inch arms. Not a set. I've only got 2 4-inch prototype arms for the Ripsqueak that he sent me, ages ago. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think 3.5-inch arms would be really interesting. 4-inch gets us into a world of long range. The only real point for the 4-inch arms, the only real point for 4-inch period, in my opinion, is for long range. And then 5-inch, it just makes that even, more true. But I try to build micros that fly like a 5-inch 600-gram freestyle rig. So if that's not what you want, if you like rigs that float more, then yeah, 4-inch and 5-inch is definitely going to do that. It's going to give you that toothpick flight experience that I loved for my first year and a half of flying, but kind of burned out on eventually. Brandon's Baked Beans says for under 250, he runs HD with the 1404, but he recommends that if you're analog, run the 15.0 whatever motors instead. Of course, if you don't mind a little more weight, it would be better, maybe 3.25 inches. Yeah, so the 1504, 1505 motors, in my experience, are not going to be enough motor for proper, really, really locked in freestyle flight performance and flight feel on a 3.5-inch propeller. They'll certainly be better than 1404s, though. My God, they'll be way, way, way better than 1404s. So I don't know. We'll see. At this point, if we get a good 3-inch prop, it's gonna kind of change everything. And yeah, it's with a good 3-inch prop, I might really back off of flying 5-inch rigs, like really, really, really back off, because the camera quality on the Runcam Hybrid is phenomenal. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. It's not just good enough, it's phenomenal. It's really, really, really good. It's on board, it's protected, it's easy to use, it's cheap, right? It's a $90 4K camera. Like, that's amazing. That, like, let's just really give it credit for what it is. Like, that's a really good price for that. I don't know how the hell they're doing that. And you can build a rig around it that's very quiet and is a toy, right? Like, is a legit toy. If a security guard comes out to kick you out and you hold a 3-inch rig up to them, they're gonna be like, ah, you're cool. You're just a nerd. I got it. Whereas you fucking hold one of these things up and it's like, oh, don't ever come back. You're gonna kill all the children. It's a big difference. Drainy Droid says, good call on the hybrid. Would higher cam protection work rather than taller standoffs? I'm assuming that you're talking about the AOS frame. I don't know the answer to that. I don't have one of those frames. I haven't really looked at the frame good. I've got the I explained myself to Chris when I initially asked Chris. I didn't make it clear enough. He thought the problem was the extra 20x20 board. He didn't realize I wasn't clear enough that the camera is the reason why we need 28mm standoffs. So I had to clarify myself to him, and I haven't. Well, maybe I have heard back. Let's see. I just clarified this morning, so I doubt that I've heard back. Isaac M says, I just wanted more range, and a Happy Model EP1 costs less than an RXSR. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy that the Happy Model EP1 is that cheap. Jesus. Brandon's Baked Bean says, what's wrong with wind dancers? Super fragile. Super fragile. The 3028s are, they just can't take crashes. They're not that great of a propeller either. It's too wide of a blade, but the big thing is the durability. They're just not durable at all. CMYKFPV is in the house. He says, what's up? And Brandon's Baked Bean says, oh, sorry, I mistook you for someone that wasn't a nerd. Veritas Weasel is in the house. What's up, brother? He says, greetings, bud. Patio Patterson rightly says, Chris Rosser's latest video has a great graph that shows the disc loading across all sizes of props and weight. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out his most recent video, definitely check it out. What's interesting about that is, so that graph is math related, I guess we could say, which is awesome. Like, it's really important for us to get data on some of this shit. But what that graph says is that a 600 gram 5-inch freestyle rig will feel very similar to a 250 gram 3.5-inch rig. And my opinion from the batteries that I put in so far with a 280 gram 3.5-inch propellered rig is that that's a little bit off, and that 3.5-inch props we actually want, and this is just me, this is my muscle memory, this is my opinion, but for me, I actually want even more weight for a 3.5-inch prop. The at 280 grams, the 3.5-inch props were still too floaty. So yeah, for me, trying to make my micros feel like my glides that are 605 grams on 4.9, 5.1 inch propellers, I want even more than 250 grams. There's a lot of value in the numbers, but in my opinion, there's more value in going out and flying, watching the footage back, and making your decisions based on the footage, because the footage is the end-all be-all. If you're flying really good, the footage looks really good. If the technical system is built really well, right? Nice smooth running motors, not coggy motors, no jello, no bullshit. The footage is going to tell the tale of that, right? So, yeah. But it's really nice that we're starting to dial in on this shit, right? Like, I feel like I've been the only one trying to dial in on this for the last, like, 3+ almost 4 years. It's really nice to have a little bit of backup. and we're way closer now than we've ever been to finding the magical 3-inch or 3.5-inch or 200 gram or 250 gram combo that flies really, really, really well. So let's just keep going, you know? Like, that's just what's gonna happen. But yeah, let's just keep it going. Fuck. CMYK FPV says, peeps loving the rip squeak. Brandon's Baked Beans says, CiottiFPV likes fling. Fling is good. It's true. Not a lot of fling, though, you know? All these 700+ gram 5-inch guys, they get a lot more fling than I do. Bob Noxious says, I think 300 to 320 is good for 3.5. Yeah, I'm starting to kind of think the same. But I gotta try it out. I don't know how I'm gonna try it out. I don't know how I can get the 250 to that weight. I guess what I could do is buy the Apex Micro frame, Mini, whatever the hell it's called, which is a very heavy frame. And I could transplant everything into that. Actually, I can't do that because that frame stupidly uses vertical carbon fiber camera plates, and those are almost guaranteed to not be tall enough for the RunCam hybrid. So I can't do that. Bob Noxious says you could tape quarters to it. Yeah, it's true. It's so true. I guess what I'll do is just run an even bigger... Problem is I gotta break it. As I the 250 is a frame very specifically made for 250 grams all up weight. At 280 grams, I'm already dancing with the devil in terms of durability. And again, as soon as I break one of these front arms, I'm gonna be pissed because it's gonna be a bitch to replace. So I'm already kind of dancing with the devil a little bit there. Unfortunately, the QAVS 4-inch frame is all dead-catted, and the rear arms will just blow up. So the Apex Mini is probably kind of the only frame worth a shit. And I'm going to run into this. I mean, in theory, what I could do is just not run the vertical camera plates. Hopefully, they built the front part of the bottom plate to be thick enough to do that. Sometimes, so when one of the real benefits, one of the things that I really do like about vertical camera plates is that it boxes the front of the quad in. And it'll make the whole front end of the quad a lot stronger than just having standoffs. So a lot of times what happens is when these frame manufacturers use those vertical camera plates, they'll go like a 0.5 millimeter or even 1 millimeter thinner on the base plate, specifically the front of the base plate, if it's a split base plate design like the Apex Mini. So that's kind of, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. So not running those camera plates could leave me with a frame that breaks the front part of the base plate, which really sucks. Realistically, what I'll do, that's also a very expensive frame. I mean, everything that Impulse RC makes is hideously expensive. How much does that frame cost? It's like $60, isn't it? $50. Oh, $50 for the 3-inch. Let me see what the what height the front standoffs are. Oh my god, it is so fucking heavy. Oh my god, how is it so heavy? Jesus Christ, what is it made of? Lead? What the hell? They're not telling me how long. Oh, here we go. Oh, this will even tell me the thickness of that. main plate. So it's going to be main plate. Ooh, both of the base plates are 2 millimeters. That's good. That's really, really good. Oh, you know what the problem is going to be? Problem is going to be that it's a split base plate. Oh, and they use, oh, god damn it, Impulse. They use proprietary-ish standoffs, M2.5. Oh man, what a fucking nightmare. Let's see if anybody has put a run cam hybrid in one. I don't know why I'm bothering to do this search. I should just, oh, what's that, a Tarsier? Yeah, it's a Tarsier. So it looks like the Tarsier barely fits, so that means that there's no way in hell that the run cam hybrid will fit. Have any of you guys, I'm gonna go to rotor builds next. I can pretty much get, I mean, it ain't gonna fit. No, I can't type. Okay. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's not gonna clear a run cam hybrid. So if, in order to not use the vertical carbon fiber plates, you then have to go and wallow out the front holes, because the front holes are going to be meant for M2.5. So that's going to be a total pain in the ass. But the biggest problem is going to be, you're going to have to, so it's a split base plate design, right? And with a split base plate design, the front standoffs are a different height than the rear standoffs. So we've got, so if we bump these front, if we open up the holes from 2.5 to M3 on the front, probably on the rear, it sounds like as well, we're then going to have to go from 26 up to 28 on these front standoffs to clear the run cam hybrid. And then what length rear standoffs do we need? So right now it's on 26 mil standoffs in the front and 20 in the back. So what that means is we're going to have to try to find 22 millimeter standoffs for the back. Because in the front we're going to go from 26 to 28. So then in the rear we're going to have to go from 20 to 22. I think that there are actually 22 millimeter standoffs on Amazon. I thought I'd added them here. 22 millimeter standoff. Hey, nope, that's 20. Disgusting brass ones. Nylon ones. More nylon ones. Oh, oh. Hey, red ones. There we go. So it's a possibility. That's cool. Red's the right color. I like that. So yeah. Vern Kelk says, have you looked at the AOS 3.5 frame? Vern, rewind a little bit. We've been talking about the AOS. We've been talking about that frame a lot so far this stream. And I've talked about it on most streams lately, so yeah. So yeah, CH3FPV says, yeah, you lose the carbon fiber side plates. Yep, we've been talking about that. Benjamin West says, check out the Mod L frame. What the hell's that? Mod L frame. Jesus, it's 250 already? We didn't do anything. Looks like I've already looked at this frame. The fact that I can't remember it probably means that I'm not really all that interested in it. The arms are almost guaranteed to be too thin for how hard I crash. Also, having just the 2 screw holes is a mistake, in my opinion, on the ends of the arms. I really don't like that setup. Ryan Harrell kind of educated me on that setup. There's a reason why not many people are doing it. This also looks like there's not quite enough material here on the outside of this. So this spot here takes a ton of abuse. There might actually be just enough carbon here, but my main concern is the arm. Hopefully, I mean, it looks like this is just a render, but in this render, the carbon fiber weave is going the complete wrong direction on the arm, so that's a really big problem. Let's see if we can find a picture of the actual frame to kind of confirm that. That would be an instant no-go. Nah, we're good. They cut the arms properly. I can see that the weave is going the length of the arm. So yeah, interesting looking frame. But oh wow, there's like a million different versions of it. I like that the front area is a little bit bigger to accommodate the camera. That's a really good move. Oh, it's cool that they're doing 6 standoffs. I actually really like that. This is another area here. Right in here is an area that takes a shitload of abuse. When you crash inverted, a lot of load goes downwards, and it can kind of load this area up. So I really like that they did this second set of standoffs. That's pretty slick. I didn't realize there were so many different versions of this frame. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, look at that. So they've got 3mm 3-inch arms, 3mm 3.5-inch arms, 3.5mm 4-inch arms. This is probably, this looks to be beef, 4-inch arm beef. Still 3.5, but I guess they thickened it up a little bit. And then the 5-inch arms, nobody cares about them. Interesting. And then they have multiple different top, base, and X-plate designs, it looks like. HD cargo. Oh, they're using M2 standoffs. That's a hard pass for me. M2 standoffs can suck a fat dick. They are not strong enough. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I mean, technically you could drill the frame out for M3 standoffs, but that's going to take material away from an area that's already kind of thin. Like this is a tough kind of area. You don't want to take. There isn't much material to spare there. That's a shame. That's a shame that they're using M2 standoffs. That's because otherwise it looks like a really interesting frame. Wonder what it weighs. Well, I mean, there's a million different versions of it, so it's going to be hard to nail down a weight. Huh, that's a shame. I was just starting to kind of be like, oh, I'm alright with this frame. Because there's some things about it that I do really like. Wait a second. No, those look like M3 standoffs. Those are M3 standoffs. Those aren't M2s. No, it's fine. I guess that's maybe a misprint. Interesting. Interesting. I'm still a little freaked out about these arms. I still think that this is a little too skinny, and I really don't like that they're only using 2 screws. That I think between these, I think the arms are a bit of a deal. A bit of a deal breaker for me on this rig, unfortunately. This is also kind of silly to have this huge chunk of TPU up front. This is, but I mean, there's no reason to run that. You can just run small TPU camera holders. That's fine. Interesting frame. Interesting frame. Not the one for me, but definitely interesting. Good price, $23. That's what a micro frame should be. $20, $30. $50 is a bit nuts. All right, let's do a little bit of combat mode here, so that the title of the live stream isn't misleading. Hey, also on these live streams, I want to start adding more to the titles, because that's gonna get me a little bit more SEO juice. So, what did we talk about here today? What if we were to help me out, chat? Type CiottiFPV and type in words that I can add to the stream title here, which are relating to the majority of the shit that we talked about. So we definitely talked about the AOS 3.5. Is there a space in between? Yeah, it looks better with a space in between. AOS 3.5. What else did we talk about? We talked about we talked about Crossfire versus Tracer. Not that much though. The 2Fiddy, yeah. 2Fiddy. We talked about that. I'm gonna say 3.5 inch 2Fiddy. Flight footage, AOS 3.5 talk, 3.5 inch 2Fiddy flight footage. I've got enough room for one more. I've got 15 more characters. Yeah, prop. What we basically talked about prop size versus all up weight. So how can I fit that into 15 characters? Prop size versus. Oh, fuck you. I gotta kill one character. Combat mode. Now let's get Velocidrone. Combat mode. See if this shortens it up. Nope, that makes it worse. Sim Sunday combat mode. I guess I can just leave it like that, right? Disc loading is. I doubt people search for disc loading. Not many people know. Only us ultra nerds know what disc loading is. We didn't talk about hikers or the importance of maintaining cardio. Veritas says, add the word suicide to the search criteria. You never know. Someone searching for suicide might see your shell in the FPV bug and save a life. You gotta kind of be careful. Like mental health words are not something that I really want to put into these stream titles. It gets you put into a different sort of classification on YouTube. It's not a good idea, unfortunately. It's really fucking sad, but I think I'm gonna leave it here. I think this is a pretty good summation of what we talked about. Launching Velocidrone so that I'm not a big fat liar on the live stream. Digging in my bag for my transmitter. Removing said transmitter from bag. Taking lanyard strap thingy off. Sniffing and snortling because that's my life. Dropping lanyard on ground. Picking lanyard back up. Patiently waiting for Velocidrone to finish doing its thing. Grabbing USB cord from under table, plugging in to transmitter. Preparing to get shot by my friends. Opening TX. Putting transmitter into simulator model, which turns off the internal antenna. Wondering why Velocidrone refuses to come out of full screen mode. There it is. Let's move the chat over so I can still see you beautiful bastards while I'm getting shot in the face. And there we go. Veritas says, okay, I'll put it in my video descriptions. All right, so we're gonna go to multiplayer. Now I can go to full screen. And we're gonna take the Ass Blaster 5000, of course. Dominator level quad. Name of the room is gonna be CiottiFPV. I'm gonna host the session. We are gonna go to... I was really digging Waterworld. I feel like Waterworld is the best of the maps, so let's stay there. And we're just gonna do a free-for-all again. I really enjoy the free-for-all deathmatch. So here we go. Getting into Velocidrone combat mode. Shooting each other in the face. Is this the day that your boy CiottiFPV actually finally wins one of these? I doubt it. But let's find out. Get this going here. They started me off in the water. That's kind of interesting. Hella G and Fin Flies are already in here. Overachievers. Go under this tree and crash into the goddamn water. Let me get some music going here for you guys, or let me break the computer. Nope, computer's fine. Oh wait, no, I've got a, I don't have to do it here. I don't have to do it here. I can do it in iTunes. I've got a bunch of copyright-free music going. And... alright. Come on. Oh, really, iTunes? You fucking changed everything again on me? How you gonna change things every time? Copyright free, there we go. Copyright free selects. Alright, let's get into this. I'm gonna give you guys full audio for the first match here. Ready? freestyle good, god damn it. Let's go back right back into it. I'll talk over it this time now. Turn this down a little bit. Just to kind of mix it up. Oh man, I am terrible at this. I'm just gonna keep blaming the fact that I gotta turn all the oh, for fuck's sake. I gotta turn all the settings down so I can't see shit. That's my excuse. That's my forever excuse. 2, 1. Oh, fuck. Somebody follow me in here, please. If somebody followed me in there, I'm gonna get him! Here I come. I'm gonna get him. Oh, I got the crazy zapper thing. I gotta hit somebody with this. Oh, it's a big explosion in there. Oh shit, no, don't crash, don't crash! No, that's the thing that I wanna do. Oh, Finn, you fucker! Get him! Oh, he was too fast. Is it a party down here? Oh! Yes! Revenge! I'm gonna pick all these up so that nobody else can get them. Oh boy, I'm down on power. I got zapped. Oh! Oh shit, no! Come on. Let me get it. Gimme. No. Stop being a dick. Oh, I'm so slow. Ah! So close. Get them both so nobody else can get them. Revenge! Look at this fucking guy. Oh, yeah! Oh, no! No! I don't know where it's coming from. I'm just zapping at random. Oh, no! Oh! Where are they? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Looking for them streaks. I see streaks. Oh, the strafing run. Almost successful, not quite. Where are those streaks at? Oh, what? Why am I shooting so far away? Let's go after Finn here. What do you say? No! No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh shit! Oh, I can't believe I hit that. What's that white one? I want the white one. I see him. I see him up there. Oh, he's coming! Why would I do that? Why would I think that that was gonna work? Oh god, no! No, I'm in the barbed wire! Oh, I'm fine. Celebration roll. Oh, I got the one shot. See if I can hit the one-shotter. Oh, there was somebody under here. What happened there? Oh, what? What was that? Oh, I got him. I didn't kill him though. What am I going up in there for? What? Why? Why would I do that? There's no weapon pickups up there. It's just all okay. Okay. This is not going well. Ooh! What do you know about Dennis Rodman? Oh! Not dead last. Oh, I almost got to hella G's level. Not quite though. Alright, one more. One more. And then we're gonna wrap this up. It's 3:15. I wanna go out and fly. Here we go! Ah, maybe he'll crash. Maybe he'll crash. No crashing. No! 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 Zap, 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 zap! Damn it. That was fun though. Oh god, no! Oh no! That's a nice little way to drop elevation. I never thought about that. Where are they? Whoa! Oh, I got one of them in there. Oh, I'm the worst! I can't aim ever! Ooh! Ah! That was a waste. I forgot that it was the single shot. Oh, I'm so down on power. I'll dive the tower. That'll make me feel better. I got Finn. Oh, so that's an AOE attack. So that, oh, that's good to know. I didn't really realize that. That's important for me because I can't aim for shit. Oh no. Oh no, no. Don't ram into the thing, you jackass. Oh man, Teal and I are just fully involved. Oh! No. We're good. Everything's fine. Oh, I'm so down on power. Oh boy. I'm just limping this big boy home. I'll take some sniper shots. Maybe one of them will hit. I'm shooting to the complete wrong area. Oh, thief! And then I get shot by Finn. Story of my life. God damn it! Oh, come on! Why? Why is this happening? There we go, everything's fine. What? No! Stop it! What do we got? Oh god, easy. No! Oh, I hit him with one! One's better than none. Oh, I got him again! Oh, shit! Oh shit, no! No! Oh, what an asshole. Me, not the person shooting at me. Okay. Hut! Got a weapon here. Oh! Damn it. Oh! Oh, got that heat seeker. It's not gonna do any good. Oh, it did do good. Hella geez, you got heat seekered. Sucks. Oh Christ. Come on, come on. This game makes my eyes hurt. Oh, Finn, you fucker! No, no, why did I run into that? Oh, I'm gonna be in dead last, I think. 12. Ugh, gross. I'm gonna make losing look good, though. Oh no! Ah! Oh, look at that! Second place. I'm gonna leave it on that. Second place is the best I'll ever do in here. Thanks for hanging out, boys and girls. I love every single one of you. If you don't believe me, you're wrong. I got a bunch of batteries charged. I gotta figure out where the fly spot's gonna be. You guys can feel free to hang out in here. The room is gonna change possession, and that's okay. Here comes some more flight footage. Let me play you the first battery from the 4-inch rig. Where did that memory card run off to? Oh, I put it back in the rig. This is good. I need to, I want to delete the footage, or pull the footage onto the desktop. I forgot to do that. Yeah, so this is going to be the first battery from the 3.5-inch rig from yesterday. Leave this song on. It's kind of a good jam. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow night at maybe 8. I don't think Joshua's streaming tomorrow night, so I'll probably steal his time slot. So 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I'll see you guys. Ignore this. Ignore this. I'll do 8 o'clock. Hey, also this week, Wednesday of this week, I drive to Charleston to do some more gaff work on another film. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna be in Charleston. I'm gonna see if I can maybe do some, I'm definitely gonna do some Instagram streams, Instagram live streams, so follow me over there. I'm gonna try to do some YouTube live streams, but last time I tried to do that, it was really tough, so we'll see. But yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will not be here. So yeah, we'll make it work though. Here comes a little bit of, oh my god, 2Fiddy on 3.5-inch props with Xnova 1804 3500s on 4S 850 mAh batteries. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. Love you! Goodbye. Why is this running like such shit? Maybe this isn't gonna be some flying. No, there it goes. It's fine. Later.
This way, this way, this way, this way. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way.
Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bucks. Pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go. Don't shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Raw like AD24. No sleep, me more. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bucks. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bucks. Pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one.